Well, hello again. Welcome back to Bike Like a Dog. Today I thought I'd cover one thing. You know, there may be some people that, obviously I don't have any comments. I only got one video, so, not a lot of comments available. But some people may be wondering, why in the world are you just getting into motorcycling at your age, right? Retired for 2 years and everything. So that means you're asking the same exact question that my wife is asking, which means it's one I kind of have to answer in my head sometimes, but for the most part it made perfect sense to me. So yes, I am older, but I had kids late in life. My son is at the University of Georgia. My daughter is still in high school. And one of the things that my son did this year is he moved off campus. And in doing so, that meant that he needed a place or a way to commute to campus, back and forth. Now, for those who may not be familiar with the University of Georgia campus, which I assume is probably like 99% of y'all, the way the campus is set up, I'm sure that most campuses are set up this way. The parking is around the perimeter of the campus, and it's a really, really big campus, which means that your parking could be, if you're commuting in, you could be parking, mile and a half away from where your actual class is. And some of your classes could be a half mile or more apart, as you're trying to get around the campus. So that means that transportation is kind of a premium. And as it turns out, it's a real premium, because not all commuters, if you're commuting in, trying to get a parking pass as a second-year student is near impossible, all right? I'll put it this way. My son is, he's got 3 roommates, and then there's another house of guys, 4 of them. Between the 8 of them, one of them, just one, got a parking permit. And the reason he got a parking permit is because his classes are away, kind of out on the edge or away from the main campus. So he wasn't asking for parking that would give him access to like the middle parts of the campus. He wanted one that was kind of out. And so, yeah, he got it. The other 7, yeah, no luck. Having been to the University of Georgia myself, having graduated from there, I remembered that when I was there, I wanted a motorcycle. I saw that, hey, they can park in a lot of different places. Look at this, all this motorcycle parking all over the place. And it is. There's motorcycle parking spread around throughout the middle of the campus, because there's a lot of small space areas that really are too small to park any cars, but you can put bikes there. So so I remembered that, and as we were, when my son was younger and we were going to the Georgia games and everything, we would be walking across the campus, and my wife and I'd be talking about how far stuff is away from each other. And I was like, yeah, that's why I wanted a motorcycle or a scooter or something to get around. So this was an idea that we had been talking about for a while. And when he started to move off campus last year, we were like, okay, that's what we're going to do. And so this was not something that was like an overnight decision or anything. We really did think it out, and went last April, I guess it was. Right now is September of 2024. This was in April, and we were up there moving some of his stuff home at the end of the year, and went by the local bike shop there in Athens. By the way, shout out to Cycle World in Athens. They were so helpful. We talked to the sales manager. He was incredibly helpful. No pressure. One of those, hey, you know what? If you've got questions, feel free to ask. Other than that, we're going to kind of leave you alone. You can kind of look around, do what you want. And to be honest, except for the Harley dealerships, I've found that to be true pretty much in all the Japanese dealers that I've dealt with or that I've gone to around. They've all just been super helpful and very, I would say, no pressure. Not just low pressure, but just no pressure. And so anyway, we went in and we sat on some different bikes and everything, and at that time I looked at him and I was like, wait. An MT-03 is under $5,000? Seriously? I mean, I bought computers for less than that, or for more than that. For more than that. Of course, I bought stuff for less than that. But I bought computers for more than that. I mean, holy moly, $5,000, that's nothing. I mean, nothing. See, this is one of the advantages of getting into this as a retired person, as someone who's older, that's established and, kind of able to do things monetarily that I couldn't really do when I was, in my teens or 20s. Otherwise, I would have had one in college. So anyway, so at that point, my mind starts the wheels start turning, because I was already planning on getting my motorcycle endorsement, because it's my feeling that I'm not having a vehicle in our garage that only one member of the family can drive. I mean, that's crazy. So I was already planning on getting my license, but now I'm thinking, well, maybe, like 6 months after he gets his bike, maybe I'll get mine. And so I went ahead and I took my motorcycle safety course in June and got my endorsement and everything. And then we went bike shopping. Now, and to be honest, I'll do that bike shopping experience in another video. Oh, look at this area. God, look where I live. So that's kind of why I got started this late in life. When you're raising kids and everything, and you're trying to, when they're younger, you're going to Disney, and when they get older, you start, going to the latest things that we've been doing the last few years. If we have taken them to the mountains so that they can learn to snowboard and stuff like that. So it just hadn't been that big a thing. Sometimes, for those of you that are younger, a lot of life is next up is what's up. It's what's the next step? You just take them step at a time. There's a lot of stuff that you just can't think that far ahead. I mean, in this case, we were thinking about a bike, but I didn't think about one for me. Now, the advantage is, and one of the things that I love about it, other than riding, because I really do like riding. When I was a kid, I was one of those kids that was out, this was back in the 60s, man, and I was on my bike all day long, every day. I would ride and ride and ride and ride and ride and ride, and I didn't want to come home. So this is kind of the same thing, but now this has given me an opportunity to have something else to bond with my son over as he's away at school. And, some of those, when you live every day in the same house, things are gone. But now we've got motorcycling. Anyway, so that's why I got started later in life. And we'll just call that an end to this particular video. Thanks for tuning in. Hope I didn't bore you too much. And Gosh, until I see you, until the next video, go out and bike like a dog. Bye.